Something massive just happened inside Honda's global headquarters, and it's sending shockwaves across the entire auto industry. Dealers are freaking out. Buyers are furious, and the market, it's in total chaos. What Honda just did might completely change how cars are sold, and it's left everyone asking one question. Did Honda just destroy its own reputation to survive the auto market crash? First, Honda just made a move that no one saw coming. After months of struggling with unsold inventory and slowing sales, Honda quietly slashed prices across several key models, including the Civic, Accord, and CR-V, in some cases by up to 25% off MSRP. Dealers are being told to clear out stock before the year ends, and insiders claim this could be the beginning of a full-blown price correction. But here's the twist. These price cuts weren't part of any official announcement. Honda hasn't publicly addressed them, and that's where things start to get suspicious. Now, why did Honda's prices suddenly crash? Industry analysts say it's not just because of competition. It's because Honda is sitting on a mountain of unsold vehicles. Production delays from last year have finally caught up with them, leaving dealerships overwhelmed with 2024 models they can't move. Combine that with rising interest rates, stricter lending requirements, and a flood of cheaper EVs and hybrids from China and Korea, and suddenly, Honda's once rock-solid pricing power has completely evaporated. And now, Honda owners are panicking. Imagine buying a brand new CR-V just a few months ago, and now seeing the same car listed thousands cheaper on the same lot. Resale values are plunging, trade-in offers are collapsing, and many loyal Honda customers feel betrayed. Social media is full of angry posts from Civic and Accord owners who say their cars have lost value faster than they ever expected. The trust that Honda built over decades, the image of reliable value, is starting to crumble in real time. But here's the real question. Why are Honda's sales slowing down so much in the first place? It's not just bad luck. Insiders claim Honda's internal strategy has been a disaster this year. Production bottlenecks, outdated engine technology, and weak hybrid rollout have left them lagging behind Toyota, Hyundai, and BYD. While competitors push affordable hybrids and new EVs with record range, Honda is still relying on old platforms and delayed electric projects. The much-hyped Prologue EV hasn't even hit full production, and dealers say interest is far lower than Honda projected. Meanwhile, new car production is slowing even further. Suppliers are cutting output, factories are working fewer shifts, and Honda is quietly canceling certain trims for 2026 models to avoid overstocking. Insiders whisper that Honda's leadership fears a deeper market collapse, and that this slowdown is a controlled move to prevent total oversupply. But if that's true, what else is Honda hiding? Well, according to leaked dealer memos, Honda's internal reports show rising production costs and falling demand, meaning every car they build now risks being sold at a loss. Some dealerships have been told to prepare for inventory restructuring, which sounds like corporate speak for mass markdowns. Others say Honda is secretly offering massive dealer incentives behind the scenes just to keep vehicles moving. Yet Honda's official statements still paint a rosy picture, claiming steady growth and strong consumer confidence. Someone isn't telling the truth. Buyers, of course, are reacting fast. Many are canceling orders, waiting for even deeper discounts, or switching brands altogether. Some are flocking to Toyota and Hyundai, others to Tesla and BYD, anywhere they can find better value or clearer communication. Dealerships are bearing the brunt of it, forced to take losses, lower commissions, and battle growing mistrust from customers who feel tricked. And the impact on prices? It's spreading. When a brand like Honda drops, the rest of the market trembles. Competing brands are now quietly matching Honda's discounts to avoid losing sales, creating a domino effect that could drag the entire auto market into a price war. Used car prices are also tanking, because once Honda's resale values fall, other brands follow. But the question everyone's asking now is, what triggered Honda to pull the plug now? What was the final straw that made them flip the entire market upside down? Because what's coming next could completely rewrite the future of the auto industry. Industry insiders are pointing to one event that may have forced Honda's hand: a catastrophic internal sales report from the last quarter. That report, which allegedly leaked from Honda's North American division, showed something Honda's executives were desperate to keep quiet: a double-digit collapse in demand for their top-selling models. The Civic, once the undisputed leader in compact cars, saw orders drop by nearly 30%. The Accord's showroom traffic fell even harder. And the CR-V, which used to be the golden goose of Honda's SUV lineup, is now sitting on lots for months unsold. This report reportedly caused chaos within Honda's boardrooms. Panic meetings were called. Regional managers were told to find immediate solutions. And that's when the price cuts began, unannounced, unplanned, and quietly rolled out through select dealerships to see how the market would react. But that quiet test backfired spectacularly. Word spread fast online. Forums and auto groups caught wind of these secret discounts, and suddenly buyers realized something was deeply wrong. And here's where things turn even darker, because Honda isn't just battling sales issues, they're facing a trust crisis. Many dealers are accusing the company of withholding critical information. They claim Honda knew about inventory buildups months ago but didn't warn them until it was too late. Dealerships that ordered cars in bulk now find themselves buried under unsellable stock, forced to offer desperate markdowns just to survive. Some smaller franchises are even threatening to break their contracts with Honda entirely, saying they've been set up to fail. But the cracks run deeper than just sales. There's growing speculation that Honda's production slowdown isn't just about managing supply, it's about avoiding exposure. Insiders say Honda's latest hybrid systems are facing undisclosed software glitches and performance issues that could trigger massive recalls if pushed into full-scale production. Instead of admitting the problem publicly, Honda may be quietly throttling output until a fix is found. That could explain why newer models are being delayed without clear reasons, and why dealers can't get straight answers about delivery schedules. Meanwhile, the used car market is reacting like a bomb went off. Pre-owned Hondas, once prized for their rock-solid value, are now dropping in price week after week. Auction data shows values on late-model Civics and Accords down by nearly 20% since summer, a collapse that's unheard of for Honda. Financial analysts are warning that this could spiral into a broader confidence crash, where even loyal buyers begin to see Honda as unstable. And that's exactly what seems to be happening. Social media is flooded with videos from angry owners calling out Honda for deceiving them, saying they overpaid for vehicles that lost thousands in value almost overnight. Some are filing complaints with dealerships and consumer watchdogs. Others are demanding buybacks or extended warranties. The frustration isn't just about money, it's about betrayal. Honda's image was built on reliability, value, and trust. But right now, that foundation looks like it's cracking wide open. The real danger, though, isn't what's already happened. It's what might come next. Because when a company as stable as Honda starts flinching, the rest of the industry watches closely. Toyota, Nissan, and even GM are already re-evaluating their 2025 pricing strategies, fearing the same outcome. The auto market thrives on consumer confidence. And once that confidence collapses, recovery becomes a nightmare. But here's the part that no one is talking about, the one detail buried deep in that leaked report. It suggests Honda's next move won't be about cutting prices again. It'll be something far more drastic, something that could shake the entire automotive landscape for years to come. That leaked report hints that Honda is preparing to completely overhaul its production and pricing model, something insiders are calling Project Recode. Now, this isn't just another cost-cutting plan. It's a full-blown restructuring of how Honda designs, builds, and sells its cars. According to sources close to the company, Project Recode aims to cut traditional dealership involvement and move Honda's entire sales operation closer to a direct-to-consumer model, similar to Tesla's. If that's true, it explains a lot. The quiet inventory purge, the secret price drops, the lack of transparency with dealers, all of it could be Honda's way of preparing for a massive reset. They may be intentionally breaking the old system before introducing a new one. But here's the problem. Honda's dealer network is one of the strongest in the world, built over decades of trust and cooperation. Dismantling that relationship overnight would spark an internal war. and from the look of things, that war may have already started. Some dealership groups have already begun leaking internal memos to the press, accusing Honda of betraying its partners. These documents show growing tension between Honda corporate and its local dealers. One memo even warns of upcoming sales model transformations that could impact franchise profitability. That's corporate speak for, you might not have a job in a year. Meanwhile, buyers are stuck in the middle of this corporate meltdown. People walking into Honda showrooms right now are seeing wildly inconsistent pricing. One dealer offering thousands off, another refusing to budge. Confusion is everywhere. Some buyers are being told cars are delayed indefinitely. Others are getting last-minute calls offering exclusive flash deals if they buy immediately. It's chaos, and it's destroying consumer trust faster than any marketing campaign can repair it. But that's just the surface. Because beneath it all, Honda may be hiding a much bigger financial problem. Analysts say the company's profit margins have collapsed due to soaring material costs and a disastrous EV development timeline. Their partnership with General Motors to build affordable EVs was abruptly canceled earlier this year, leaving Honda scrambling for a backup plan. And now, without the right tech or production efficiency, Honda's losing billions trying to keep up with EV leaders like Tesla, BYD, and Hyundai. This could explain why Honda's been so secretive. If investors find out how deep the problems go, confidence in the brand could evaporate overnight, sending stock prices into free fall. And remember, Honda's entire global reputation is built on stability and consistency. A sudden image of instability could scare not just consumers but entire markets. Dealerships are already feeling the pain. Many are cutting staff, reducing inventory orders, or shifting focus to used vehicles just to survive. Some have even started carrying non-Honda brands on the same lot, something unthinkable a few years ago. The panic is spreading beyond showrooms too. Financial lenders are tightening credit for Honda vehicles, fearing resale value drops. Insurance companies are adjusting premiums based on depreciating values. The ripple effect is enormous. And here's where things get really wild. Multiple industry insiders claim Honda's next announcement will be a historic move that could either save the company or destroy decades of goodwill overnight. Rumors are swirling that Honda may unveil a massive hybrid clearance program, selling thousands of vehicles at near cost to reset the brand's image and clear out inventory before 2026 models hit production. If that happens, it will trigger the biggest price war the US auto market has seen in decades, forcing Toyota, Nissan, Hyundai, and even Ford to retaliate. That means prices across the board could plunge, shaking the entire market from top to bottom, and this time, there may be no going back. But that's not even the most shocking part, because deep inside Project Recode, there's a section reportedly labeled Phase 2. And what Honda plans to do in that phase could rewrite the rules of car ownership forever. According to the insiders who've seen early drafts of Phase 2, Honda's next step isn't about selling more cars. It's about changing the way people own them entirely. Sources describe a radical new subscription-based ownership model that Honda is testing under the radar in select Asian and European markets. Instead of buying or leasing a car, customers would pay a monthly fee that includes the vehicle, insurance, maintenance, and even software updates, all tied to Honda's own app-based ecosystem. At first glance, that might sound convenient, but dig deeper, and you see why this move could be explosive. Under this model, buyers wouldn't truly own their cars. Honda would retain digital control through over-the-air updates and locked features. In other words, that heated seat or advanced driving mode could suddenly disappear if you miss a payment. Some insiders are calling it the Netflix-ification of cars. While critics say it's the most aggressive cash grab the auto industry has ever attempted. And here's the kicker. Phase 2 could explain why Honda's been intentionally pulling back on traditional car sales. If they can pivot to this subscription model, they'd have steady recurring revenue and total control over pricing. No middlemen, no dealerships, and no secondary market competition. That's a dream for corporate executives, but a nightmare for consumers. Dealers are already bracing for impact. Many fear that this subscription shift means the death of the dealership model altogether. Imagine a future where you can't negotiate price, can't buy out your lease, and can't even sell your car privately because Honda still technically owns it through software locks. That's not science fiction. That's where the industry is heading, and Honda may be trying to get there first. And yet, the company's silence is deafening. No press releases, no clarifications, no official denials. Honda's executives are playing this one close to the chest, leaving customers in the dark while dealerships scramble to make sense of collapsing values and evaporating demand. The panic is spreading to investors too, with whispers that Honda's board is split over how far to push this transformation. Some want to slow things down and rebuild trust. Others want to double down before competitors catch on. Meanwhile, the consumer reaction has been explosive. Online car communities are lighting up with debates, some calling Honda's new strategy bold and necessary, others labeling it the end of car ownership. YouTubers, industry analysts, and even rival automakers are dissecting every leaked memo, trying to predict what Honda will do next. And as the speculation grows, so does the fear. Because every time a company tries to reinvent the market, something always breaks. For now, Honda's future feels like a ticking clock, and nobody knows how close it is to zero. If this gamble pays off, Honda could reinvent itself as the most powerful and profitable automaker of the next decade. But if it fails, we could be witnessing the slow-motion collapse of one of the most trusted car brands in history. And here's where it gets even stranger. Because new rumors suggest Honda isn't doing this alone. There are whispers that a major tech giant has quietly partnered with Honda to power this new system, bringing AI data collection and subscription analytics directly into your car. That's right. Multiple leaks point toward a mysterious partnership between Honda and a Silicon Valley tech titan, rumored to be either Google or Amazon. The goal? To turn every new Honda into a data-driven smart vehicle, constantly collecting information on driving habits, location, and usage patterns. This data would then feed into Honda's cloud system to optimize user experience. But let's be honest, it's about monetization. The more data Honda collects, the more control and profit potential they gain. Insiders claim this partnership is already being tested on prototype 2026 models, with integrated AI assistants that go far beyond basic infotainment. We're talking about cars that can recommend paid upgrades, suggest feature unlocks, and even predict when your car should be serviced, automatically billing your account through Honda's app. Sounds futuristic, right? But here's the darker side. All of this means constant surveillance and total dependency on Honda's software ecosystem. And this is exactly what's making industry veterans nervous. For decades, Honda built its name on independence. Cars that lasted forever, didn't need constant updates, and could be trusted in any corner of the world. Now, the same company is moving toward a closed, corporate-controlled system where you'll need permission and a subscription just to unlock the full potential of the car you already paid for. The reaction from longtime Honda fans has been brutal. Forums are full of angry posts from owners saying they'll never buy another Honda again if this plan becomes reality. Some even call it betrayal of the Honda spirit. The brand that once stood for simplicity and freedom, now turning into something that feels more like big tech than big auto. And yet, while the backlash grows, Honda remains silent. Not denying, not confirming, just watching as speculation spirals out of control. Meanwhile, dealers are starting to leak even more alarming details. A handful of internal communications suggest that starting in mid-2026, new Honda models might only be available for online reservation, bypassing traditional lot sales entirely. That means dealerships will become delivery centers, not sales hubs. Their profit margins, already razor-thin, could vanish overnight. Many smaller dealerships are calling it the death sentence of the franchise era. And if that's true, the impact won't just stop with Honda. Other automakers, especially Toyota and Ford, are watching this experiment like hawks. If Honda somehow manages to make this digital ecosystem profitable, every major brand could follow, forcing the entire industry into a system where cars are no longer bought, but rented by design. At this point, the panic is turning into open rebellion. Some Honda dealer associations are threatening legal action, claiming that the company is breaching franchise agreements by cutting them out of the loop. Lawsuits may be coming. Investors are demanding clarity. And customers? They're holding off on buying anything until they know what's really going on. But here's the shocking part. Leaked schedules suggest that Honda plans to make a major global announcement within the next few weeks. It's being described internally as a reveal that redefines ownership. And if the rumors are true, this could be the biggest shift in the auto market since Tesla went fully direct-to-consumer. Yet, deep inside Honda's headquarters, one question still haunts executives. What if the market rejects it? What if loyal Honda buyers, the people who kept this company alive through decades of competition, simply walk away? Because if that happens,